Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Trey Ferguson, the player coach, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody can hear me. If you can hear me, my guests can hear me. Could you give me two thumbs up? Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Trey Ferguson, the player coach, ladies and gentlemen. See, I had to make sure I had it on my phone. Appreciate you. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we're gonna get right into it because I've been excited all day. I've been up early. I've been walking back and forth, talking to my dogs, my wife work all day, so I'm just talking to myself, falling asleep, cooking breakfast. I'm gonna eat me a nice late breakfast again. I'm retired, so I get up late. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I'd like to thank you all for joining us again today. While you're here, just please hit the like, share, subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like, share, subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna get right into it. I'm trying StreamYard, so I'm gonna see how it works for me. If it works, then I'm gonna get into it and do what I have to do. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Nicole. Miss Nicole to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Nicole, how you doing, man?
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Also, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this young lady, she's a daughter of my friends, very bright, very talented, so I'd like to bring to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Alexis. Yeah. We also have another guest joining us, and when she comes, we'll just bring her right on up, and we'll just add her to our little family. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. Thank you. Again, y'all probably see me smiling a lot because I am excited. So just know that. I appreciate y'all joining me today. Y'all see the little title, My Hands, My Future. Here we are. Y'all young, recent college graduates, getting into the corporate business world, moving away from family and friends, meeting new family and friends, because some people can be your family even though they ain't blood related, and they might be a little nicer to you than your family. They'll be jealous of you that you're doing something, but we ain't gonna talk about that. So I'm just excited for y'all. Really, when I got a chance to meet with Alexis, when was with her father, I talked to her about it, and she said she was be willing to do it. I was surprised, and because I've had people that be wanting to, they'll say they're gonna do it, and then when I go reach out to them, they just sort of back away like, but that's fine though. That's fine because my interviews are just to let the world see the beautiful talents that are out there, and that's young and trying to make it. That's where I'm at with it. I may throw some corny jokes along the way, but don't mind me. I'm old with gray hair. Hopefully y'all get old with gray hair too. So y'all ready? Y'all ready for the first question? And although so I'm just gonna go down the list and we go just run through it. So, and who wants to go first? Okay, so we'll do it like this. Whose birthday comes first?
Mine does.
There you go. You first. You the first birthday. Okay. So Alexis, just give me a little information, and can you speak on your family background and siblings, any positive influences in your family, things like that as a kid?
Yeah, so gosh. I mean, okay, so for first and foremost, to talk about my most recent background. I graduated from the University of Louisville with my bachelor's. I got my
Miss Alexis, we talking about your family when you were young.
Okay, that was a loaded question.
Your family life background, and any positive influences in your life as a kid growing up.
Okay.
Speak about your family.
Okay. So so just regarding my family background, just growing up, it was always just encouraged from a very young age to make sure I have good grades. And then even if I did not understand something in school, my parents were very hands on with making sure that I got the resources that I was able to get, rather if they was helping me with something like math or reading, they would make sure that I got a tutor, or they always came into the teacher parent conferences to
Wow.
talk to the teachers to make sure I was doing okay, and if I wasn't doing okay, to figure out the action plan going from there. So I feel like growing up, I definitely have had a village around me regarding family. And then, going into college, I have built a family of friends around me as well. So I've had a lot of great people around me. And at a young age, I was also encouraged to just be a part of different programs. Like in middle school, I was a part of the STEM program,
Okay.
and I was a part of, oh gosh, what is it called? Beta Club,
Okay.
for example, which it was filled with like different honor students and things of that nature.
Now, Nicole, what was those activities? Were they in elementary school or high school?
For me,
No, sorry. I'm looking at you talking to Alexis. see what I'm saying? I'm looking at you. Okay, so Alexis, you were the one speaking. Were those clubs within grammar school, middle school, or high school?
Middle school, I feel like elementary school, I was good in school, but I was quiet. And
Yeah.
I feel like going into middle school and then high school, I started to get more out of my shell. But those two activities I did in middle school and then in high school, I started being a part of different activities like the Black Student Union, after school cooking programs, and after school computer.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So listen, you had a well balanced upbringing. Salute to mom and dad. They understood, and you always have been a quiet person, even as a kid. Very cautious, quiet though. You just wasn't a quiet. You be looking like what they doing over there. I used to see that as a kid when you don't remember, but I remember when you couldn't even walk to the next driveway by yourself. How long I've been knowing you, but yes. So now, Miss Nicole, can you talk about your family life as a youngster and prior to like elementary, high school, if you had played any activities, sports?
I was raised by a single parent, my mama, and throughout elementary school, I was always involved in stuff. She always had me involved in stuff.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah, I was very active, like did all the talent shows, participated in all the like fall festivals that we had, got like the President's Award. I was on the debate team in 5th grade. So I was always involved in elementary school. She always, again, instilled in me that, keep going, you got this. And she was never, like if I got to see her something, she just encouraged me and pushed me to, do better the next time. And yeah, and that even translated in middle school and high school. I still participated in things. I went to Musique Middle, which is a science, technology, engineering, and math school or middle school. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you know a Miss? What's her last name? Miss O'Bannon.
Yes.
Yes, I grew up. She lived in the street behind my house. We grew up together.
Yes, I love her.
Yeah, she's been a good friend. I know our whole family and everything. So yeah, so small world. See.
Yeah. And every teacher that I've ever had, I've always had like a really good connection with them. I hated math in 3rd grade, and my 3rd grade teacher was like, "No, you're gonna get this," and she pushed me, and eventually I started to love math. So shout out to all the teachers. So yeah.
So outside of mom as being a positive influence, you say a lot of your teachers and those that supported you really gave you the encouragement to just be better as a person and a young lady?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's really cool. Now, see, a lot of times single parents get a bad rep, but here we are in your situation, you just representing the life that you were giving well. Continue to do that. Never change that strategy. I don't care who you talk to.
Yeah.
So yeah, so anybody want to add anything about, when they were young as far as a kid and playing on the monkey? Okay, so I do have a question. Have any of you all ever played on a merry-go-round?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Could you hold on? Now, don't lie.
I
Y'all ain't.
I was in the middle because I was always scared to fall off. So
Oh,
I was
okay, so
always like,
you knew your limits.
yeah.
Alexis, what about you? Did you ever get on the
No,
merry-go-round?
I just remember hanging on for dear
Oh,
life.
okay, yeah, okay. You ain't never really had a merry-go-round experience then. Okay, hey, listen.
No.
I wish every kid at age 6 or 7 could get on the merry-go-round and somebody just fling them around. It makes you tough. For real, just sling on. You fall off, you got to do it at least 3 times as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just do it 3 times, you be good. Once you hit your head a few times, you be like, okay, look, I'm good. Life is real. Let me slow down.
Yeah.
I just figured it out. Merry-go-round. I'm gonna see if I can get that out there in some of these parks. And only kids can push kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna be everybody over 12, they too old. Kids can only push kids. Okay, so now let me see. Okay, so as far as high schools, what were some of your highlights? Something that y'all really enjoyed in high school, like, yeah, I like that.
I did my high school was a magnet school, so we had like different programs that you could do. So my program that I really liked was the pre-law program. And I did it all my 4 years, and I just was really, it made me interested in law. And I still have a passion for law because of being in that class. I learned a lot about like the jury selection. We did a lot of casework in like our groups and stuff. So I felt like a real attorney. We did like billable hours and all that stuff. So yeah, so that was probably a highlight of high school for me, being in that program.
Okay. What about you, Miss Alexis M?
I feel like the highlight for high school for me that I feel like has always just been an impact on me to this very day was the computer science program I was a part of. And I say that just because I feel like that being a part of the computer science program is when I officially found my passion for
Okay.
a specific
Okay.
career. And because I was a part of that program and blessed to be around, the correct teachers and everything, I was able to get my first internship in high school. Like I didn't have to wait for college to work for a company, and at that, I worked for a corporate company. Um, so I thought that was pretty awesome.
I think what both of you all said is great, awesome, tremendous, extraordinary. All of those things, excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Trey Ferguson, the player coach. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with the people that you may know. And come on back and bring them to the show. Hey, we're going to shout out to some people, some of my friends that be in the chat. Miss Brina, salute, sister. Hassan Kahir Show. What's up, Hassan, man? Appreciate you, man. I ain't talked to you in a minute, man. So ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like, share, subscribe to Trey Ferguson, the player coach. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue with 2 beautiful, bright, young women of the future out here making things happen. So if you want to be a part of making things happen, just make things happen. Okay, so ladies, we're going to go to our next question. Okay. Obviously, okay, so based off what you've explained in your careers, did you attend college? What years and what school?
Do I go first again?
Hold up. So now we're gonna go to Miss Nicole. You can go first. Then we'll go back.
Okay. So I recently graduated from the University of Louisville with my bachelor in sociology. Yeah, go Cards. Woo woo. Yeah. Was that it? Did I answer all the parts of the question?
I don't know. Did it? Yes, it did. Thank you. What was your major?
Sociology.
Sociology. So you have a heart for the people.
I do. Yes, I work with kids currently. Yes.
Oh wow, great, great. We I can relate to that. Now, Alexis, what
Yes.
school? Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I also went to the University of Louisville, and I got my bachelor's in computer information systems with a focus in cybersecurity. And I actually got two bachelors, so my second bachelor's is in accounting. Um, and I went there from 2019 to 2023. So I graduated last May of 2023. And yeah.
I did not say that. I was okay, 2017 to 2024. There you go.
Okay. Wow. So it took you a little longer than expected, but you did it, right?
Yeah, I did it. Yep.
That is all that what counts.
Yep. I made it. Yep.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we do have another guest joining us. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Miss Mila.
Hello, hello.
Mila, what's up? Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is Miss Mila. She got a smile on. She over like she just feeling good.
I'm trying to make it seem like it. Traffic was horrible.
You okay? Remember, you okay?
Yes.
You already good. So take your time. Catch your
Yeah,
breath.
I'm all good. I'm all good.
You got some water. You got some water. Get
I
you
got
some
water.
water.
I got water.
All right, cool. So our question was, and we know you can just put it all in one. As far as a youth, growing up as a kid, middle school, high school, any activities you participated in, any positive influences in your life. And we were just on the question, did you go to college? We was on the third question.
Oh, okay. Yes, I did go to college. I went to Actually, I started off at JCTC, which is Jefferson Technical Community College. JCC, Jefferson Community Technical College. I started there actually because back when they actually went based off like ACT scores, and my ACT score was like not that great. I took it like 3 times.
That's okay.
I ended up going to JCTC, and then I just did my prereqs there, and then I transferred to U of L. I think like my second year, because it's only like a 2-year college.
Yes.
So you have like a program where you could like transfer over there. So that's what I did. I transferred to U of L and then finished up the rest of my 3 years there at U of L and finished in like 2022. And I got my bachelor's in public health.
Cool. We gotta listen, y'all. Cold corporation yourself. What are you talking about? You got the children covered. You got the finances and she know all the technical. You got the. Come on, man. What are you talking about? Public health. Y'all together.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Okay, so now as a kid, any positive influences in your life?
Probably my mother and my parents and my parents in general are most likely going to be like
probably.
My
Wow.
That
Shout out to mom.
I watched Parentals, Raven Simone. I really liked watching Raven Simone growing up. That's a Raven and the Cheater Girls. So I probably have to say she's one of my biggest inspirations too.
Okay, so is she a little older than you? Yeah, she's a little older.
Yeah, I think she's like in her 30s now.
So in her prime of her acting, you were watching her on television, and she was sort of independent and self-sufficient. And
between her and Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Keke Palmer. I can go with Raven. You know, Raven was on the Cosbys, and she's always been bright as a kid. Always, even from the time she was like 2 or 3, she was killing it. So it's great. It's interesting. So, okay, any highlights in high school? Tell me a highlight about high school.
Meeting Caleb. Yeah, long-time friendship.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know. High school was kind of, I played soccer in high school. I do miss that.
Wow.
That aspect of it. I probably have to say that's my highlight. And then photography or yearbook class. That's how I got into photography a little bit, is with the yearbook.
Okay. So would it be like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's probably those 3 things.
So I have something to ask y'all. It's sort of crazy to ask you. would it be safe to say that you all are a bunch of female nerds?
Close to it. I probably say yeah, because I'm definitely a theater kid too.
I would say I am.
Listen,
Yeah.
but nerd, listen, they use that word out of context today. Nerd is the really smart individual. Ain't as don't fit in with the crowd all the time. Would be cool sitting in a corner reading a book. You know what I'm saying? Inventing something new. Those are nerds in a male sense. Females, y'all the same way, and y'all just female. Y'all just have little, let me take some photos and do some math numbers and work with the little kids on, just out of you see somebody need help, you just going like, let me help this person. But see, I think today they use it out of context. I wish I was a nerd when I was younger. See, I had too much freedom, but I did what I had to do. I wasn't a bad kid. I didn't, I passed my ACT when I wanted to go play football. I passed that because I graduated from Atherton, 1986. I'm older than, I can be all y'all father. I'm older than y'all fathers and mothers.
No, you're the same age as my mama.
Okay, so she went to high school in Louisville when I was in. She probably know me because I play football and basketball. Well, we ain't gonna talk about me. I was that man. You gotta go read. You know what a main library is, right?
Yeah.
Read about me over there. You gotta go over there to read about me. It ain't gonna be on YouTube. You gotta go over and read. You gotta read the paper. Yeah, you gotta look in the Courier Journal. That's where you got. Y'all know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I went to places y'all can't even go today. It ain't even the same atmosphere. But okay, so Miss Mila. Okay, let me see. What was that? Okay, so you did go to college. Now the question for Nicole, all three of y'all, were y'all coming out of high school when Biden offered the free go to college for 2 years? Or were y'all? Was that after?
No, we were during the Trump administration when we came.
Oh, okay. So that was after y'all. He offered a free 2-year JCC program certificate, associate degree. He offered that to the children coming out. Was it 2020?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I had a friend whose son he just did 2 years of it, and now he transferred to Simmons College. Not Simmons, but somewhere up in by Cincinnati, up in that area.
Oh.
But now he's trying to transfer again. So I don't know. I hope he graduates. But the fact that y'all have already accomplished that, 3 Louisville natives, 3, and you got to say it like Louisville.
Louisville, yeah, Louisville. Not Louisville.
Louisville.
Louisville, it's Louisville.
There you go.
Yeah,
tell the world tell the world to get it right. Tell them to get it right. Appreciate you. No, so okay, so here's our next question, and Millie, you can go first on this.
Okay.
But now we're talking about in your career. So is this your first position out of college?
It's my
Not,
second.
Okay, so could you explain your first and how you ended up here?
The first one I worked with adolescents who are currently in the system. So I worked with them for 6 months, and then I just because of work, I didn't really like the work environment, so I left there. And then I went to just a call center, and I was there for almost a year. And then at the job I'm at now, I work with substance use disorder. So I help people get back into their daily lives from substance use disorder and helping them with resources. And so I have to say, I'm definitely in my career. I do enjoy everything that I'm doing. But it's a learning process, especially of like where I want to go, because I am wanting to go back to get my master's in public health. I was going originally for maternal and child development, and U of L had that course, and then they kind of took it off. So I might just go back for the health in general, or I think it's like general public health and health development. So I'll probably go back for that one, which is still in the same course that I want to do it in, because I really enjoy this field that I'm in, because public health is also so broad. as well. Like you can do a lot with it. So I really
Okay.
do like the degree I have.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of avenues within public health. You know, find your niche. Like I said, just take advantage of every opportunity that's afforded in while you're trying to learn the process. Find your niche, be good at it, treat people right. You will be blessed. All right, Miss Alexis, let's go. So I'm gonna read the question. You want me to read it again? Is
No,
this
I
your
got it.
okay?
So yes, this is my first job after college. Um, yeah, I've been in this position for 6 months. Just like for some background context, I was supposed to start in July after I graduated, but within the IT field, um, there were actually a lot of companies that started to defer people just because I don't know. I guess there was just something going on with the economy. So I got deferred to January, but nonetheless, I had more time with family and friends, so I love that part. But yeah, I love what I do. I feel like I'm in cybersecurity, and it's a very broad field. I feel like it's endless amount of learning, and I love to learn. Um, and yeah, I mean, with technology always advancing, there's endless amount of ways on how you can also protect people within the
Correct.
world and their assets and everything. So I love it. I really do.
I'm gonna say it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button. And Trey Ferguson, the player coach. Like, share, subscribe to Trey Ferguson, the player coach, ladies and gentlemen. We have security over here, ladies and gentlemen. We have public health, and we have social services, ladies and gentlemen. It does not get better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Alexis, listen, I might need to hire you to do some security for me. Get my cybersecurity together. This is what the world is. So I think the fields that you all have mentioned so far, are going to be future lasting careers that y'all can actually navigate, until y'all get old and gray like me, because that's the objective, and don't think that 50s is old.
No.
Um,
Yeah, we don't think it's old.
I said, no, that's not old.
So we got to accomplish a lot before that. So, Miss Nicole, I'm sorry, Miss Alexis, were you finished?
oh, I am now. I was just saying, he's still young.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Miss Nicole, what about you, young lady, as far as your position out of college and things like that?
So this position that I'm in now, I'm a summer camp counselor with the nonprofit here called Evolve 502. And it's kind of like a continuation because I was in this job while I was still in college. And while I was in college, I was working with JCPS school system as a reading tutor for the kids. And I guess it's kind of the same thing now in summer camp because now we have to do reading and writing and math. And with me working with the kids that I have, I noticed that they need a lot of extra help. And I felt like when I grew up, like reading was top priority, doing homework was top priority. And nowadays it seems like kids don't have that same like focus. Like most of the kids that I work with talk about TikTok or I was up all night, I'm tired. I'm like, what are you like? And then they're failing, assessments and they're not, doing their work because of those things. So my job is to just kind of pull them back into focusing on the fundamentals of reading and writing and math and just making sure that they, have a safe space too with me. Because that's kind of also my job is just to make sure that the kids are protected and safe because I do work with kids who come from not the best households, not the best stability. So, and I can relate to that with them. So yeah.
Yes. Miss Nicole, listen, I need to talk to you at a later time. No, really. What you're doing now, I did for 20 years in Chicago, Illinois, South Side, West Side, North Side. I'm telling you, we need to talk. And I think, and this is just my experience and understanding. If you want to be with the youth in the school system, you can't do it within the school system.
Yeah.
You have to create your own and then mold it accordingly. If you can, and if you can get, say you go into a school, you in a school right now, altogether is probably what, 40 kids that maybe have behavior spectrums or so.
Yeah, well, I'm at actually a community site. So like the
Okay.
people place us at like different community centers. Now some
Okay.
people are in school settings, but the people that I work with, we probably have maybe like 11 kids, 11 to 14 kids total.
Okay, what age?
So I work with elementary school students, so 1st through 5th grade.
Oh, okay. What? Yeah. Just 1st through 5th grade, they have a lot going on, and education has changed within the last 10 years. You're going to be facing the feminist LGBTQ transition of the youth, meaning you're going to see youth transition out of their natural male-female state and be twisted in the mind. I'm trying to tell you. You're going to see that. Now, is that humanly right? I don't know. There's nothing about that biblical in the black man. When a boy can come a girl and girl become, just my feelings about it. Matter of fact, I don't even feel. I know it ain't even connected to God. Or that ain't the way I see it. And that's going to be the worst thing for little children. Because how can I learn how to read and write when I'm going through all these emotional upside down nuances? Good luck, young lady. Just be nice to all the kids. Treat everybody fair. I don't care how they act out. They ain't acting out at you. They acting out at the problem that they got. Talk to them by themselves. Don't let no bullies bully. You bully all the bullies. You must bully all the bullies. And then when you get the bully by himself or her by herself, you tell him how strong they are and how much you need them to protect everybody else. Because they'll look at you like, what you talking about? I need you to protect everybody. You can't fight everybody.
Right.
You the protector. That's why you the bully. You just get inside their head. That's all. I'm just ranting because that's what I do. That's what I do when I'm telling you, we need to talk. You can set your own self up. You're a college graduate. Y'all got the whole corporation right here. You start your 501(c)(3) yourself. But we'll talk about that. So we're just gonna move on down to the next question, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now here we getting into the adult questions now, ladies. These are adult questions. So Miss Nicole, it's on you.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to get married?
I don't know.
We're gonna circle back. Miss Alexis.
I do.
Miss Mila.
I do. I would, yes.
2 out of 3. And well, 2 yeses, 1 I don't know.
And that's okay.
Okay, listen, you all are young. Yes. Now, in a perfect world, being able to get married young before 30 is perfect. No children before you get married. Y'all winners in the game. Yes, just know that. You educated, but then if you meet a partner, would you want him? Could he be a plumber? Could he be a bus driver?
Yeah.
As long as he's gainfully employed. And
As long as it pays for the bills.
Yeah, as long as he's pulling.
Hold on, time out. What was that, Alexis?
Huh?
What did you say?
I said as long as it pays for the bills.
What bills?
What you mean, like the rent? Like
Okay, he paid the rent. He paid the rent. That's all he got to pay.
yeah.
That's all he got to pay is the rent, because you work and you gonna pay everything else, all the clothes, food, and everything, right?
I mean,
Anybody else agree or disagree?
I don't mind paying for my own clothes because I know I'm
No, Alexis, we're not saying your own. The house is own. Everybody gets outfits.
No, he's on fees.
No. Do you buy his clothes too?
No.
But that's not a fair deal, Miss Mila. What about you? Do you agree? I can agree with the rent, a mortgage, or whatever, but he still got to spend after that because you have a job, a good job too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got,
So I'm independent. So
time
as
out. Can you walk independent down for me?
so independent means like I'm able to provide for myself without needing someone else to benefit off of and try and get everything for me. Like
Okay, time out. Hold on. So yes, today you are all three of y'all are adults. So yes, you can go out and support you. That's what you're supposed to do as an adult. It's nothing great about what you all are doing as young ladies. What is great is that you went to college, you got a degree, and you have a skill set that you can take into your life. As far as you living in your own places, got your own little snugglies, you wash your own, that's just being a nice young woman adult. Beautiful. Y'all listen, and being single, I'm just telling you how I did it as a man. When I had my place to myself, my place stayed clean and smelled like fresh flower berries. Now I don't know if y'all that detailed like me, but I've always been like that. So yes, great job, ladies, of maintaining your home and paying your bills. Good job. So Ms. Mila, okay, so you say you're independent, yes. So say if the husband of your dreams came along and you all got together, do you feel the same as far as him paying the mortgage or whatever? Anything else that he would have to? Because the mortgage is normally the biggest bill.
Yeah, we would, however, what worked for both of us, we would discuss to see what works for both of us. And if he wants to pay mortgage, the car payment, and all that, then he can do that. And if I want to do the groceries and all that, I'll do that.
So what if he wants to just do the groceries and the utilities? He can do that and you pay the mortgage?
Yeah, depending on whoever has the bigger paycheck.
I like your answer. I'm just saying.
Whoever can hold the most can take on the bigger bill.
Okay, cool. And he can be at any position, like as long as he got either a uniform or he getting up every day at 8, coming home at 6. Do he get a meal? Do he get a hot plate?
I mean, I already fix meals and at the end of it. So I mean, yeah.
I like that. Anybody agree or disagree? What about you, Miss Nicole? You still on the fence?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, it's okay to be on the fence, but get off the fence soon before 35. Get off the fence. You won't be on the fence. It's scary. I'm telling you. It's scary. That's what everybody's out here crying now. It's scary because they scared, like, oh my God. But yeah, I mean, Miss Mia, I think you're on the right track to think about that at some point. Miss Alexis, yes. We sit down at the table. It's like say we both go trick-or-treating, right? And when we get back from trick-or-treating, what is the first thing you normally do with your bag of candy?
Take it out.
What you got?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how you do it as when you come together in a type of marriage. We both go trick-or-treating. When we both come back, we both throw our candy onto the table to see what we got. And then we work it out from there. Miss Mealy, like you're saying, okay, so we sort it out from there, right? And make sure everybody pays themselves too.
Yeah, it's almost like, and I know people say like, oh, the 50-50 deal, but that's what it ends up being like, especially not just like, not financially, but emotionally too. Because like when you have to sit down, when you're sitting in these conversations and you start like getting serious within that relationship, and you're like, all right, I want to go further with this person. You really have to sit down and be like, all right, so how are we going to split everything? Are we going to, split it down the middle where we do mortgage half and half because we both make the same? I'm going to make sure that they're getting their car payments paid and making sure we're not missing any bills and that we have enough funds left over so that we can also do like our little side activities, like going to the movies, going on vacation, and making sure we have enough for groceries. So just making sure that we have those conversations, because it isn't just about like, oh, you have to pay for all my stuff. You have to get this, that, and third for me while we're in this relationship. but it's like, no, we have to come together and actually talk about it. And then it also goes for emotionally and physically as well, because sometimes I might have 20% and he might have the other 80. And so he's going to come in and make me feel better emotionally. So it's not only financially, but it's also emotionally and mentally as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey Ferguson, the player coach. We just heard from Miss Mila. She is over cooking it. Yes, she's going to cook it, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what we're working on, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is Trey Ferguson, the player coach. I have Miss Nicole, Miss Alexis Elm, and Miss Mila joining me today, ladies and gentlemen. And we're just sitting back, having a little fun, talking about real life. So, okay, next question, ladies. I appreciate y'all for answering the question. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bright, y'all smart, y'all shining today. Appreciate you, all three of you all. So thank you again. So now, question. And we're going to do it I asked a married question first because we're going to do it in that order. Married. And then the question is, do any of you all want children?
I would in the future, not right now.
Future. Okay.
Financially, no, not right now.
Financial, it could, okay. Now, okay. So husband, remember, husband, children. Not without husband, no children.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like
Okay.
if you can play, like, I know not all of it is like planned, but for the ones that are planned, making sure you're financially stable to be able to provide mentally for that child and financially for that child. Because having a child when you're mentally not ready, you're putting a burden not only on yourself, but on that child that you're bringing into this world, because it no longer becomes about you, it becomes about that child.
Okay, that's a great answer. What about you, Miss Alexis?
Pretty much the same thing. I would, but I'd rather have it in the future just because I prefer to be married first.
Okay, Miss Nicole.
No.
Miss Nicole, all of these olive branches that you were given as a baby, as a kid, working with the children, and you like, nope, I already know. No.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Well, one, I took a class, a research methods class, and I had to do a research paper on, I picked Black women in the healthcare system. And with that, I looked up a lot of statistics and data on, the Black women maternal rate thing. So, I mean, a lot of it comes from fear of dying while giving childbirth, because that is likely for Black women. A lot of Black women die 2 times likely than other women because of those things. Also, as Black women, we live with a lot more stressors. So I don't know. It's a no, and then it's an I don't know.
Nicole, you gave a great answer, and I can understand, where you're coming from. But you said something that's very unique. You said the stressors that you go through, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said Black women specifically, but I can correlate that to being both the Black women and the Black men, just based on stressors. But tell me if I'm wrong, ladies. Are most of our stressors brought on by our own selves and our own fears and our own doubts about ourselves and self, about our consciousness and our poor diet? You think all of those factors could play a part? Because we eat bad. It don't matter if you're young or old. We all eat terrible. We don't get enough exercise, right? And a lot of if you look back on your lives, tell me if I'm wrong, a lot of your disappointments came from either yourself, which really may not be disappointments, or other people that you know. Am I wrong?
I could definitely see that as that being an answer. I can definitely see that as being stressors, just because we do as individuals, like of course, like mental health is just now becoming such a high thing because of COVID, because we didn't realize, I think society didn't really realize how mentally people needed help, because it's, especially in our community, in the Black community, it was such a pushed aside. It was just like, oh, if you're upset, pray about it. And a lot of times we needed to see a therapist to talk about what was going on. And a lot of time it came from like sometimes parents who, you probably didn't have a good household growing up. And there are some parents who are in competition with their children. And so they grow up and they go through those battles with themselves. And so, they don't really get a lot of questions answered. And on top of that, like, we go through a lot mentally and comparing ourselves to others, especially in the day of age, especially in our generation, and the generation coming up after us, because of social media. A lot of people like go into that and they're comparing themselves to other, like, oh, why am I not here yet? And when in reality, we're not pacing ourselves. Like, this is my journey. This is what God has for me and my pace and what I need to go through. And I can't compare myself to somebody else, because if I do that, I end up bringing like stressors onto myself. And then of course, also like, it's just the things that we go through in life. Not everybody is dealt with the silver spoon in their hand. So some people have to work harder than others. And then again, that's where that comparison comes from. And so it's just making sure that we have a good support system within, like, not even like our family members, but our friends too, that our friends are also supporting us when it comes to just our daily lives.
Yeah. And then I would have to say, in addition to that, in addition to mental health and stress, at the end of the day, we're all human, we're all flesh. So I feel like we take on what we know we can handle. So even if we do if there are some things that we bring on stress on our own, I feel like it's up to us to figure out, eventually you have to figure out your own therapy and mental health and what triggers you. And with that being said, if you was to, for an example, get into something such as parenting when you're not ready, then it just wasn't the right time.
Okay.
And it's better. I feel like it's better to really look deep within yourself as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Nicole, you want to add anything?
No, I'm good.
It's interesting, you young ladies, giving the answers that you're giving, it's very mature and very, nice answers, and like I said, I come from I can just say a father and an uncle point of view from you all, and listening to you all speak about, definitely having that understanding within yourself at some point. But, I'll just take it from, I'll go back a little bit in time. I just look at the numbers of our history in America, what they've exposed us to, really, because y'all or myself are not really exposed to the gratitude and the depths of how much we've had to endure just to be in these positions today. From the end of slavery to the 60s, we had 100 years where we were all together. We all had to move together because Jim Crow, and remember, just because they said we was free, they was attacking the men and the women still all over the country. So you had to move quietly, and we came out of that. When I was a teenager in the late 70s, early 80s, all through the 80s, we could hang out as a group of people. Women could hang out and guys could hang out, and wouldn't nobody get into no crazy, wasn't no guns showing up nowhere, wasn't no fights. Parents, single mothers was raising some of the best children. Wasn't, people smoking their little weeds, drinking their little drink, but all over the city we could go, from Newburgh to Shawnee Park. Every Sunday it stayed packed. Chickasaw and Shawnee for about 10 years. My whole high school career was just packed, hanging out. Nobody getting into anything, seeing your high school buddies, going back and forth. And as that crack era came in the early 90s, it changed a whole lot of dynamics, because Black people were going to college at a high rate at one point. You know, I don't know if y'all saw the Cosby's when I came out. College enrollment increased by 300% all over the country. Guys were going to get trades and everything. Now, guys, y'all age, they sort of miss out on the trades early. So and then when they get older, they think, oh man, I can do it. And I think it's great to go to college early. You know, none of us are born with a silver spoon. You just have to look at who you are and who you want to be and strive to be better, because your parents got you to a place they no longer have no obligation to you at all. It's your obligation to your parents, making sure you represent their names well, making sure that they don't go without. You know, friends come and go. And if you all really want to take your lives up to a next level, if you don't listen to the propaganda, travel the world and watch how much money you'll make with cybersecurity outside the United States. Watch how much money you'll make going over to other countries, working with the children over there who will listen to you and are smart. And you'll come back speaking 5 languages. Public health in other countries is needed. Quick story: I have a niece. She's been to Guam, China, Philippines. She's been all over those countries, and that's all she does is teach English as a second language, making about 120, 130. Just, you know, easy work. Buying $20 Jordans, sending them home and stuff. You know, same stuff they sell in the store for 200. Do the math. And she got a passport, so get y'all passports so y'all can move around. Just make sure y'all keep them locations on. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to go down the same. So do y'all have any hobbies? Miss Nicole, let's start with you. What hobbies do you have? What do you have?
I like to watch murder documentaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I like hanging out with my friends, eating food. I have a dog. He's my emotional support animal. Yeah. Hiking, camping. No.
Okay. Big question. I'm gonna ask you, and it's the same question for everybody. Do you eat healthy? That's a yes or no.
Sometimes.
See, how you gonna go off the question grid? Yes or no?
It can be a yes or no, because it's sometimes. Sometimes I do eat healthy.
5
Sometimes
days a week. 5 days a week.
half and half.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, it's either 3 or 4. Which one?
3. There you go.
Okay, so
Mhm.
more than likely you don't. Okay, Miss Alexa, same question to you. Do you have any hobbies?
Oh, binge watching different TV shows. I recently started. I did. It's a workout thing. It's called Roadhouse, where you basically act like you're on a rowing boat, but it's like a rowing machine. So I like that a lot. Actually, I try to do it.
I'm glad you do.
And then music and watching different movies, hang out with friends. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm excited for you. How long have you had your rowing machine?
Well, it's a class I have to go into, but I've been doing it almost a month.
Oh, good job. Good job. Yes. Do that. I encourage all 3 of you all ladies to try to get some of those good workout perspiration, clear your skin up workouts 3 days a week. Just think about it. It's summertime, you know, because listen, I got a rowing machine and I'm old. I'm still trying to row, you know, but it's good for your midsection and your arms and your upper body. It's a great workout. It's a great workout. 90 days in, you'll see it. Don't stop. If you can give yourself 6 months to a year, nobody will recognize you. It just happens. Okay, Miss Mila, what about you?
I got
Any hobbies?
my significant other got me into watching anime, so I watch that now with him. And I do photography every now and then. It's very rare. I play my Sims occasionally, not as much as I used to.
You said you play your what again?
The Sims. It's just a video game.
Okay.
And then I usually play just video games in general when I have the free time or just to like stress relief or if there's a new game coming out that I like. And then I enjoy horror movies and I enjoy rewatching a lot of movies in general.
Okay. Do any of you ride a bike?
I have one, but I have not ridden it in a while.
Okay. No bike? Can all three of y'all ride a bike?
Yes.
Great. So this is now we get into the crazy questions. Good crazy questions. Do any of you all have a phobia?
I hate spiders. I have an arachnophobia.
Yeah, I don't like snakes. Why? You ain't gonna put that on the screen, right?
No. I wouldn't do anything like that. I would never do anything like that. Right. What's he called for spiders?
Arachnophobia.
That is correct. And you said snakes, Miss Alexis?
Yes.
I don't have that on here. Well, animals are zoophobia.
I think snakes is.
It's a word for it because I looked
Yeah,
at
that's the word for it. I just don't have it.
I don't know.
It's I don't know how to say it.
Do you have a phobia?
I don't think I do.
Wow, so the sight of blood or anything don't scare you or anything? Just would you jump out of an airplane?
I've thought about it. I mean, I'm scared of heights, but I've done like zip lining. I've done things like that. So.
Oh, okay. Now understand right before you get ready to do something that seems exciting to you, it's normal that you will get the butterflies and be nervous. That's normal. You know,
Yeah.
but once you do it, you're like, oh man, I can do that again.
Yeah.
And you zip line more than one time?
No, I've only zipped on once.
Oh, I'm talking about have you gone down the zip more than one time or just one time?
Oh, just one time.
Oh, okay. Well, try it. If y'all ever get a chance to go zip lining, try it a couple of times. It'll be a whole different experience the second time. The first time you ain't trying to enjoy nothing. The second time you a little more relaxed, like, oh, I didn't even notice that because
Yeah.
it's good though. Y'all have any vacations lined up next year or something?
Hours.
Y'all haven't planned any vacation to go somewhere out west?
I like to go on a cruise.
A cruise. Ooh, I'm leery of cruises.
Or like go to one of the islands or something like that. Like
Okay.
Islands or
Yeah.
something
Okay.
like that.
Y'all can do some island hopping, just like a little day cruise, get to the next island. That'd be nice something to do.
I would like to go out the country. I just don't necessarily know where yet.
Same.
Well, if you want to start, somewhere close, some of the islands you need passports and not many. Canada is a good place. All three of y'all feel to do well in Canada, believe me. Toronto, I've been to Toronto a couple of times. I like Toronto. It's like a regular city, big city. It's big, for real. California, Hawaii. How about Hawaii?
Yeah, Hawaii. I would Hawaii for the U.S.
I
first.
would visit Hawaii just because the natives are like, don't come here. So
Yeah.
I'll respect the natives and not go. And I like to say Hawaii, but they don't want us to come there because they're trying to also get their land back. So Hawaii is now off my bucket list.
So if the natives are telling you not to, I would just investigate that a little bit more to see why they don't want you to come.
Because they don't have their land. That's their land.
Yeah. People are being disrespectful to their land.
That and like a lot of Caucasian people are being disrespectful to the land. And then the wildfires, when that happened last year, they didn't get a lot of support from that. And so they are just like, hey, don't come here and like stop moving here. And you got a lot of rich people just trying to buy up their land, and the natives actually can't even own their land. So
Okay.
I have to respect what they do and not go there.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Put Hawaii on your caution list in the future. Do some research before you go. In the meantime, hit the like, share, subscribe to Trey Ferguson, the Player Coach. Like, share, subscribe to Trey Ferguson, the Player Coach. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we have Miss Nicole, Miss Alexis M, and Miss Mila here with me today. And again, we're just going down, talking, and sitting back. And I'm hoping these ladies are enjoying themselves, because I sure am enjoying myself learning a lot of new things. Cause see, I'm an old man trying to get some young information, and I appreciate you ladies again. So now, okay, so next question. Do you, any of you all, starting with Miss Alexis, do you have a pet peeve?
Pet peeve. I don't think I do.
Okay.
No.
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 So who has, I heard something in the background. Anybody have YouTube or something on the background? TV? No? Okay, cool. Okay, so Miss Mila?
I probably have to say like smacking, or like when you're chewing with your mouth and you're just I don't know, it just irritates my soul. My
Okay.
soul just goes up in flames.
Okay, I got you. So let's just say it'd be safe to say no child of yours will be chewing, smacking, huh?
Yeah, no one should ever try to smack me, especially when I'm eating too, or if I'm like sleeping, I hear you smacking, I wake up and I'm like, I can't.
It just shocks. Okay. What about you, Miss Nicole? Do you have any pet peeves?
I don't like when people talk very loud on the phone.
Oh wow. Like, hold on.
Like, hey, you don't need to yell. The phone's right here. There's no reason to yell. That really bugs me. Yeah.
Only
It's
one?
okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Question. So, define pet peeve.
You know, something that just irks your nerve. You like, they do it, you know, somebody that leave their socks on the floor, like, get your dirty socks at the floor. And you just like me, Miss Mila said, she can come up out of a cold sleep if she hears something like stuff like that. It's just like the person that come to your office and leave crumbs on your desk, stuff like that. Just like, what the hell? And you told them not to do it.
Okay. Okay. I thought of something, but it may not be a pet peeve.
Okay, so what was it? You want to share?
I like talking. A lot of times, I like talking to people that are open-minded. So I guess like if I'm meeting somebody for the first time and I notice that they're not open-minded,
Yeah.
then I'm probably not going to talk to them again.
Listen, those are great attributes when you decide to say, okay, husband, here I am. Listen, if he's not open-minded, don't waste time in that situation. Goodbye. Thank you, sir. Be nice though. Put him down easy.
Mm-hmm.
Disappear on him like poof. I'm gone. So very few pet peeves. I'm surprised. I think smacking. My daddy had a pet peeve for smacking.
My dad does too. My dad does it all the time. He does it when he eats, like, especially when he eats ice cream and we're all in the car. He starts to do that. I just be ready
You're like,
I'll be
dude,
ready to jump out the car real fast. I don't know what it is.
okay, yeah, ain't nothing wrong. Everybody has them. Everybody has them. Okay, so what motivates you, Miss? I think it's Miss Mila. What motivates you to be better today?
That's a tough question. The only reason why I say that's tough is because I probably have to say myself, honestly. I just learned from the age that I am now, I've learned a lot from my past, and just becoming more open-minded and more respectful towards other people and people that I meet in general. And just, wanting to do better for not myself, but the people around me.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure that I show respect to other people and that, they show it back to me as well. But I don't know. I just really want to make that impact with that person, or just have an impact on people in general. And then just like, if you leave a room and someone turns around like, oh my gosh, like I really liked her personality. I like what she talked about. I like the way she thinks. I don't know. I enjoy that aspect about myself, but just leaving an impact, and people like, oh, I met this, like I thought of you, or something like that.
Okay, cool. Miss Alexis M.
So can you repeat the question? You said what?
What motivates Miss Alexis M to be better today?
Okay, I would say God, because I'm religious. And also, I would say my desire to learn, and I want generational wealth for my future family.
Okay. Okay. Miss Nicole, what
Um,
motivates you today?
I think it would be my village and the accomplishments that I have thus far. I like to do a lot of reflection. So, like when I do look at the accomplishments that I made, even when I was little, I look back and I'm like, I can do that. I still have that in me, and I know I can do that. And even when I doubt myself, I know that my village, like Alexis, Mila, they and others, like when they see my potential and they see that you got this, you've done it before, and they push me, that motivates me too.
Okay, great, great. Listen, I'm excited. Listen, again, I'm excited for all three of y'all. I am. I'm excited because you all are getting out here. You're having good careers that you're trying to get into really good. Things are going well. You're getting to learn a lot more about yourselves away from home as you would have if you would have just stayed here growing in this atmosphere. But I think it's really, really, I'm telling you, I'm excited. I think it's really great that you're actually out there going and doing things for your life to just be better. Salute to you ladies. You know what I'm saying? Just salute. Just know that keep fighting. It'll come together. It'll come together. Um, so next question. I appreciate y'all answers for that question. Okay, so now the question is, what times in your lives truly tested you? What did you learn about yourself by dealing with the situation, or did you avoid the situation? What times in your life tested you from being a kid to the present?
Anybody?
Oh, I'm sorry. That would be Miss Nicole.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
My freshman year of college, I suffered a TIA, which is a mini stroke, and that's why I graduated a little later. But when that initially happened, I obviously was nervous and scared about the future because I didn't really know what that meant as far as my health, and I thought I was thriving in school and everything like that, and it all kind of crumbled because I kind of had to be like, I had to put my health first, and which is something that I don't think, not something I haven't done before, but it just, like, my health in that moment was very important. And so I had to really kind of reassess everything. So I took a break, and then I came back, and I just learned that, no matter what the obstacle, I just have to keep going. And it's also okay to take breaks because I know sometimes people kind of frown upon breaks, especially in college, because I was focused on graduating with all of my friends and things like that. So when that happened, that kind of shifted everything. So, but I learned through that experience that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to say, hey, I'm going to pause on this for a second, come back to it as long as I finish. And that's what I did.
Miss Nicole,
Yes.
I want to say many blessings to you, coming through a health scare like that,
Thank you.
and coming through it, not just healthy again, but coming through it with a good spirit, not
My
giving up
village.
on yourself. Excuse me?
I said it's my village that they've done that for me.
Yeah, and not giving up on yourself.
Hmm.
If you can overcome something like that at such a young age, there's nothing that should be able to stop you accomplishing the things you want to accomplish in your life. Just keep fighting. And just know that the village helped you. You got to continue the village. Hang in there. It's still time. Time is, yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so great answer, Mr. Nicole. Miss Alexis, could you expound? Want me to read the question again? Because I can read it.
Oh, yes, please.
I'm gonna read it again.
Okay.
What times in your life truly tested you, and what did you learn about yourself by dealing with it or not dealing with it?
Yeah, so I feel like the times in my life that have really tested me was anxiety. Um, Pretty much ever since I was in middle school up until, well, really now to today, I've experienced a lot of anxiety, and I feel like the root of my anxiety started with um, just wanting to always be perfect in school. Um, and pretty much in middle school, going into high school, I had to learn that there's no such thing as perfect. And all you can do really do in this life is really just do your best, and you can't compare yourself to anybody or anything of that nature. Um, and also, lastly, something that I will always go by is personally, um, I just noticed it gave me anxiety if I try to plan too far into the future, like years into the future, because I just noticed that a lot of times in this life, this is from my perspective, I feel like this is God's world. So if you want to accomplish something that's not on God's list, then you can't be upset when things don't go your way. So
Wow, man,
I stay in the now.
ladies and gentlemen, we over here cooking. These ladies are over here speaking as if they've been on this earth 50, 60 years. Listen to the maturity that they speak about, how they represent themselves and their family, ladies and gentlemen. You have to hit the like, share, subscribe button to Trey Ferguson, the player coach. Hit the like, share, subscribe button at Trey Ferguson, the player coach. And Miss Nicole, you know, I think after that last answer, it was great. So listen, Miss Mila, did you get a chance? You didn't answer that question, did you?
No.
Oh, Miss Mila, you're gonna answer the question.
That's lied mine.
See, listen, us old people, we gonna mess up. And we can just laugh it off. It ain't that serious. So, Miss Mila, you want me to read the question for you again?
Yeah, like
Okay. What truly tested your? What truly tested you? What time in your life truly tested you? And what did you learn about yourself by dealing with or not dealing with?
I want to say last year, my brother passed away in a motorcycle accident,
Salute to your brother.
and I think I felt like I was in a really dark place, and because I always thought like what it would look like if it were me instead of him a lot of the time, and so I think about all the things that he wasn't able to do with his family, and just thinking about like all he left behind, but then also remember all the great things that he did for his family, for his wife and his kids, and just the legacy he left behind for himself. And a lot of times I just, I thought about death a lot because it was just like, wow, this world is, you never really know when it's your time to go home. And so just learning to like live life, take life one day at a time, and to, not go too far in the future, but to be in the present and just appreciate the present, and just accept what the Lord has planned for you.
Okay.
And just making sure that you do what you can on this earth before your time is up. And then just making sure like the impact you leave behind and the legacy you leave behind is something that you can be proud of. And so I just learned a lot about myself, and just taking one step at a time, and then not rushing through everything, and just letting things be. I found myself not, I guess, reacting so much as I would have thought I would have like years ago, and just having a lot more patience with not myself, but other people as well. And so just taking my time in general, and either if it's school or with work or with my friends, and just making sure that I'm comfortable and they're comfortable, and then just doing everything to the best of my ability.
Okay.
And then if it's out of my reach, then that's not like it is what it is.
Okay. Hey, listen, ladies, listen. Again, salute to all three of y'all. Y'all shared some very, very intimate moments of your life. You've overcome them. I don't see any scars or anything like that. I don't see any neurological issues, no psychological issues so far. I don't see it, but I think you all are doing very well for yourselves, you know, despite of the things that you've experienced so far in your life. And those things are just the building block of your foundation, you know. And I'll challenge y'all this. Don't don't think about death because you already said it. You never know when it's your time. Just live your life to the fullest and in the safest capacity that you can live it. The healthiest. Okay, we got health, Miss Mila. We got safety and security with Miss Alexis, and we have social community with Miss Nicole. Live your life in all three of y'all careers. Really. And if you do those things, and the fourth one would be me, the fourth one would be the money that you're chasing. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't think about those things when you're young, you just put in the work. And if something happens to you where you're no longer here moving forward, your family knows your legacy is all about creating and building. They're going to live your life. And the fact that you lost your brother, my last thing about your brother is that now you have an even greater opportunity to live a greater life. In his spirit is going to protect you, and you just going to live the best life and expect nothing less. Nothing from nobody. That's all three of y'all. You don't expect anything less. You know, so because you never know, we may not be here. So, and you can't think about life without you here. You wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be your life to think about. It'd be somebody else's. So y'all do your best. Keep representing the family and everything now. So next question. Anybody have any questions before we move on? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like, share, subscribe to Trey Ferguson, Player Coach. Hit the like, share, subscribe to Trey Ferguson, Player Coach, ladies and gentlemen. And we're just moving along with Miss Mila, Alexis M, and Miss Nicole. Okay, so next question, ladies. What do you believe about yourself that helped you become successful and deal with hard times? What do you believe about yourself that helped you become successful and deal with hard times? And those hard times are going forward in life. Things you ain't even experienced yet. You don't know what it's going to be. Okay, so we're going to start with Miss Nicole.
I think it is that I'm capable. Because I think, especially when I was struggling with all that, I felt like I wasn't capable enough to go on. I didn't think I could go on. So I think the fact that I can do that and I am capable of doing that is something that I strongly believe, and I think that will lead me into success always.
Great answer. Yes, you are capable. Just know it. Ain't nothing dealing with people gonna be worse than what you dealt with a few years ago. You shake that. What's that thing in Louisville they used to say? Shake them haters off. Y'all know what song? Y'all know what song? Yeah, shake them haters off. That's the social part of it. Just shake them off. Like, get off of me. Miss Alexis, what about you?
I would definitely say my perseverance. I feel like whenever it comes to education in any type of way, or just excelling within my career, I've never really believed in the word no. I don't believe in someone saying, "Oh, you can't do that," or "Oh, you're not capable of doing
Okay.
X, Y, and Z." I believe always persevering, going forward, and proving others wrong and saying, "Yes, I can," because I already decided that I can do X, Y, and Z.
X, Y, and Z. Y'all can do it. That's all. All right, Miss Mila, what about you, young lady?
I would have to say I'm optimistic. I can't talk optimistic about every outlook of life, regardless if it's negative or positive. I always try and stay optimistic in everything that I do, even if it's negative, because I will find some way, if not somehow. And just everything that Nicole and Alexis said as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like, share, subscribe to Trey Ferguson, the player coach. Hit the like, share, subscribe to Trey Ferguson, player coach. Ladies and gentlemen, these three young ladies are over here cooking, and it's only Wednesday. They are over here cooking, fellas, and excuse me, and ladies also. You know, I grew up with 5 sisters in the home, plus my mother. I had 2 older sisters and 3 younger sisters, and my mother. My mother was probably one of the coolest females I met as a young boy. She could cook. She was silly sometimes, you know, but she got on me. My mother was the one. She gave me most of my whoopings as a kid. My father gave me 1 whooping. You know, but I was a adventurous kid. I set the garbage on fire one time. I was probably in the 2nd grade. Yeah, I was young. And listen, since that time, I know I was probably in the 2nd grade. But look, since that time, I've never been a person that played with matches and lighters and stuff.
You learned your lesson.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. You know, so, and then in the 7th grade, I was going to camera. And I ain't gonna lie, my conduct was A's and B's, ladies. My academics was F's. I failed every class that semester. It was a quarter. It wasn't a semester. It was a quarter grade. I failed every class. Gym, art, science, social studies, all of them. I didn't do no work.
Art? Why you didn't do art though?
Listen,
I was gonna say that's an easy class.
I know, but listen, the girls, they was doing too much in the class. I couldn't concentrate.
Oh my God.
He said they were doing too much.
I was going through some puberty stages, and the girls
Oh,
was doing
Lord.
too much. Hey, listen,
You needed
that's
to
what they was doing. I could go get them locked up right now.
Oh, okay.
Not
So,
like that.
yeah, okay. So, okay. But I was, you know, I wasn't a bad kid. I just didn't do no work. There was too much going on. And then my father found out because I bought him my report card, of course. He got in my butt that one time, and he never had to worry about me in school again. I could do the work because when I was in camera, I had got recruited to go play football for Mail. They had me a school jacket. I had a Leatherman's jacket with the sleeves, and I was in the 7th grade at camera wearing it. They wanted me to come play football, but I didn't. I ended up going to Atherton with my friends. And you see, Atherton just finally had a winning season last year.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, the first one since 1965 or something. Even when I played, we didn't win a lot of games, but we didn't get blew out. We played good. I mean, I was all state my junior and senior year in football. I was all district in basketball. I grew to be 5'9"3/4" and stopped growing. I got there in high school. I was tall, you know, for my age, and I was, you know, buff and stopped growing. And that was it. I've been stuck here ever since. So, you know, yeah, just a little bit about my little history, crazy, but I enjoy growing up in Louisville. I ain't gonna lie. I had a lot of what I've taken around the world, I've gotten it from Louisville. You know, my father was probably the craziest man I knew. You know, he would get drunk. My father worked at Louisville Slugger for 35 years. So, yeah, he invented machines. It's like a museum if you ever get a chance to go. He invented machines and everything. But my father, he was an alcoholic. My father would drink all weekend, get paid, be drunk all weekend. I'm talking about from the time I can remember till I graduated. Shit, my father was drinking like that. I thought I was in my 30s and 40s. He was still drinking. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate because I just lost him in January. He had my father had overcame he had 8 heart attacks, 2 strokes, and cancer. He overcame all of that.
Oh my God.
But he wasn't eating healthy, and he wasn't gonna stop drinking. He had 2 friends pass years ago from alcoholism. I don't know what that word is, but
That's
they
right.
drank too much.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he was able to make it this far, I was surprised. You know, I've always been proud of my father because even though he struggled with that, I didn't struggle with that. And I didn't, I couldn't blame them. Hell, we lived in a house, had 2 cars. You know what I'm saying? Had the best little stuff. My bed used to have the drawers up under it, and had TVs everywhere. And I had mopeds, and I had everything I needed growing up because my mother worked at GE also, and
Ooh.
I couldn't blame my mistakes on what he did with his life. I just took advantage of the opportunity. I went to Moorhead after graduation. Then I joined the service. Then I went back to school to Mississippi State. Graduated in 2001. Tried to come to Louisville, make a life. They was on some old BS, so I left. I'm like, I'm not gonna get caught on it. A white lady told me she can send me to jail just because I was a black man. You think I took it? I said, white lady, I'm a college graduate just like you. And my mother passed away in 2003. I moved to Chicago in 2004. It changed my whole life. I was working right in the social services and the schools. I was going to the worst neighborhoods in the country and came out with no harm, meeting the worst of the worst. Some of my best clients were guys who had been in prison 10, 20, 30 years, women on drugs. I worked with the kids whose parents was on drugs. Some of my clients were born with drugs in them. 2 of my mothers that I was working with had 25 kids between the both. That's a lot. Yes.
I say, yeah, that's what I work with. I work with a lot of people who are, active substance users, have active substance use disorder.
Yes. And it's if you're working in it.
And I can see why a lot of people, especially like in your generation that you talk about, I see how a lot of people are just like I made it through because I see what the impact it had on them and then the impact it does on mentally. And then they're trying to get back into a routine and all that. And they got out of a routine. And so getting back into that routine, like I see them struggle and just, and it just really sucks. But I can see why a lot of people like, oh, I made it through. Like I definitely see that a lot more now because of the episode you all went through.
Yes. But let me help you out a little bit too, Ms. Mila, is that up until the era of crack, like late 80s, early 90s, it wasn't as traumatic as it was. Like I said, when I was as a teenager, teenagers could move around all over Louisville. Wasn't nobody getting shot. Wasn't no 16-year-old getting shot. It might have been the whole time. I remember it's probably been 8 kids out about. I left her when I was 19. Probably that whole time that I heard about was other kids and youngsters doing it to each other. It was, grown people, a few, but it wasn't the numbers today were nothing like the numbers when I was a kid. Nothing, nowhere compared. Our biggest thing was having a fight. Somebody pulling out your hair or biting you and stuff, hitting you with a bat. But it wasn't like young people taking out young people. It wasn't that. Yeah. Today, since that time, and you all were definitely born, like you said. What generation did they call y'all in?
I don't know. They added a new one.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
So y'all the new generation.
We're not Generation Z. I know that. We're like between the millennials and Gen Z.
Yeah.
Millennial Gen Zers or something like that.
Okay. So yeah, that's where y'all was born after that. The people that like in their 40s, they were born in the height of it. Well, they were kids when it was starting to take off, and they saw the devastation of family and uncles and aunties getting strung out on drugs, mamas getting strung out, fathers and uncles and brothers getting taken out, going to prison. They saw that because that was part of the plan. Because black people were still trying to go to college. We were graduating college at 89. I looked at a stat because in Chicago, I worked for this company where we would get the yearly stats for the city of, for it would be some national stats, but as far as the murder rate, the deletion rate and crime rate in Chicago, I would get those stats too, compared to the rest of the country. Most of us was graduating at like 95%, 98% in the African-American community. About 50% was getting a college degree, men and women together. 40% was getting a master's, about 30% was getting a PhD. And if they wasn't going to regular college, a lot of people was getting trades. A lot of people were going to get those certified trades, and those trades fared well. especially for young men, because as you get older, they come in very handy. And since sisters have always gone to college, which I've done, but a lot of guys, unfortunately, don't go. They choose not to go, which is great, but they also don't choose to go get those skills in high numbers either.
I
So-
think the one thing that I have to say is when they took like home economics out of the
Yeah, home ec.
like,
Okay.
that's where we kind of like they started prioritizing a lot of stuff. Like they started prioritizing college when not everybody wants to go to college, and so
Yeah.
you don't have people who know how to change a tire, do an oil change, and just like a lot of people who don't know how to cook because we don't have those home economic classes because they changed them for the curriculums of, oh, you have to go to college. And so
Yeah.
now people are like, oh, I didn't know they had all these trade schools you can do, like plumbing, being a carpenter, and being an electrician, and being a mechanic, and all that. And so like they're learning that later in life when they could have learned that when they're in their prime of life in high school and middle school.
Man, I ain't even go. Man, come on, give yourselves a hand. What are y'all talking about? What are you talking about? Miss Mila, I don't know what you're in the wrong field. You need to go into.
I mean, technically, I'm still in the same field. So regardless if I wanted to, because what public health is just the general education. Because it's so broad, I could do the same thing as Kayla or Nicole is, but I can't do Alexis's job. That's like I could, like if I wanted to, I could go in the same field as Nicole.
Okay.
And so we could basically, because that's what that is. Like what I do is I can do like general research. I can do like epidemiology, which is like the study of disease. I can do like world like disease and stuff like that. I can study that. It's such a broad spec that I can basically do anything with it.
Okay. So, boy, listen, ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like, share, subscribe to Trey Frank, the player coach. Hit the like, share, subscribe to Trey Frank, the player coach. Have three very, very intelligent, bright young ladies up here with me today, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you, man, they are really cooking today, and it's only Wednesday. Miss Nicole, what do you believe about yourself that helped you become successful?
Oh, I thought I answered that.
See what I'm saying? When I get old like me, you're going to forget questions. Okay, ladies, so we only have a few more questions. So I have a question for myself from you ladies. The question was, have you done, what would you have done differently at age 25? Now, looking back at 25, I wouldn't have done anything different because at that time I went to college. I tried that out. I didn't want to take out $1,000 student loan. So I said, to hell with college this time. So I joined the military, and at 25, I had gotten hurt. I joined the military at 22 because I went to college and could find myself trying to work. I'm like, man, I'm not going to be out here working just labor work because I knew I was brighter than what I was doing at the time. So I joined the service, went in as a cook. Because I was just trying to get away. Like, man, what's the first thing I can get? Okay, cook, go. Went away, went to the Gulf War. As soon as I got out of basic training, I was in the Persian Gulf, running along the beach. And that was an experience. I spent 6 months in Saudi Arabia. Believe me, the propaganda that you hear about how dangerous it is, for Black people, it ain't really dangerous. You just don't go over hollering, America great, talking stupid. Go over there, blend in with your little hijab and do what they do. Sisters was over living like queens. That's all I gotta say. I got a chance to experience that whole country, almost the whole country of Saudi Arabia, because of my position in the military this time. When I came back, the light bulb was on. I'm going to school. I went back, and I got hurt when I was in the service. I ended up having back surgery at age 25. And I had to get out. I couldn't do, I was thinking about doing 20 because I just re-enlisted, and that next year my back was messed up. I did 2 years in the military on profile, meaning I had surgery, but I didn't get out until 97. So in 95, I had the surgery. So I had to do another 2 years. I can just serve out my 2 years and then get out, disability, go back to school, let them pay for it because they pay for everything. I didn't have to pay for anything. So that's how it worked out. So I wouldn't do anything different. I just hate that I got hurt because I went to the air assault training. I went to the leadership schools. I was going through the schools to move up, but then I got hurt. It was over. Even today, I got problems with my back. Then I ended up having to hit right knee surgery. Once I got out, I got arthritis. Yeah, so physically, my body ain't the same. But as far as that time, I would definitely do it all over again. I wish they would just send everybody to the military, male or female.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good on
I'm good. I'm
I'll
okay.
say that today, but I'm telling you, the old military had you in the greatest shape. You got paid every 2 weeks. You was, man, oh my God. Okay.
I'm glad you experienced that.
Yeah, I'm glad you experienced it, but I'm
Everybody would have experienced it because they would have had y'all in the back. They would have Alexis
Like
over there
hard
doing
pass on the
security in the
military.
back. She over there punching the computer like, yep.
Out of curiosity, what branch was you a part of?
I was in the Army.
Oh, okay.
I was in the Army. I was just trying to get out of it. I'm glad I did it though. Any young man that's not quite sure, but not a get bad kid that's smart and want to do something, it'll change your life. Because you can then if you get hurt when you're inside, they're gonna pay you. I went to Saudi Arabia, but I never carried a weapon. I was eating hot meals, sleeping in a nice high-rise apartment made out of marble, going to the mall, going gold shops. It was a great experience. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody because they make you get out of your norm and your comfort zone, make you learn how to duck and hide and shoot and climb and fall, teach you all that stuff, how to swim, how to do karate. It teach you a whole lot of stuff you wouldn't do just in the regular world unless you pay for it. But there you get paid to learn. So, and just know this, if I was to do being prime military, if somebody prime military come out with your skill set, ladies, they get hired first. Just understand that because they military. So keep your skill set up so you always stay competitive. So we only got a few more questions, ladies. We only got a few more minutes, man. Listen again. I appreciate y'all for joining me today. I appreciate it. Who is that in the background, Miss Mela? He can get on screen too.
It's my significant other.
I don't want to hear about no significant other.
He's my boyfriend.
Boyfriend, your boo. Boyfriend, your boo. That's who he is.
Hi.
Put him on here. I got some questions for him too.
Oh, no.
Okay, then get off the screen.
Sorry, we're talking about my dog.
So ladies, just two more questions. So do any of you all, I guess that's sort of today, because it's sort of go back to one of the earlier questions. Do any of you all have anybody today that's a hero or inspirational in your lives?
My mother.
Mother? Okay, mom. Salute to mom.
I say her because, and I always say her, because she's a dentist, but she told me the story of how she became a dentist. She first started at UK, and then she transferred to U of L, and then got her undergraduates there, and then she went and got her doctorates for dentistry at the University of Louisville. But when she went, she was maybe one of 2 or 3 Black people within her graduating class. And she basically talked about the struggle of what it was to, to get her doctorates and be a woman, a Black woman, and just how they always downplayed them and having to work 10 times harder. And then even in the position she is in today, she still talks about how she has her degree, she has everything. She has experience in her career, but yet she still struggles with racism in her positions, even though she's 20 years down the road from when she first started.
Yes. Listen, salute to your moms, man. Salute to all the educated women around the world. Salute, sisters. Keep getting that education. Miss Alexis.
Yeah, I would definitely have to say both of my parents, just because after getting to this age and really being observant, I noticed that as my parents, I see that they sacrificed a lot. Um, a lot of times they have put themselves on the back burner to make sure that me and my brother both, had everything we needed. And even rather if it was a job or a learning experience or anything, they always make sure we had what we needed. And I feel like that really encourages me and helps me understand the importance of generational wealth and making sure that you do things not only for yourself but for the kids that I personally want in the future, and make sure that they can strive and do great things.
Salute to Mrs. M and Mr. T. Salute. Salute. Yes, Mrs. M and Mr. T. Salute to y'all, man. Last but not least, Miss Nicole.
I would also have to say my mom. Like I said, she is a single parent, and I'm the only child, so it's only just been us two my whole entire life. So I've watched her sacrifice a lot for me. Like you said, a lot of single parents, especially single Black mothers, get a lot of flack and a bad rep, but my mom is an amazing woman. She's always, we've always made a way out of no way. Like recently, for my graduation, our car stopped. She spent her last to get a rental car to make sure that I could get to graduation on time. So stuff like that really means a lot to me, and it just makes me want to work even more and harder for her so I can give her everything she deserves.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the last question of the day. Now, this is a big question. Now, it's going to take some thought to answer this, ladies. Are you prepared? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so the question is, and it can go in any order. The question is, ladies, today, did you all have fun hanging out with me today?
Of course.
Who said of course?
Me. I enjoyed all your questions.
Okay.
Very good thinking questions, and I enjoy making my brain think and having them.
I really enjoyed you too. I didn't hear nobody else answer that question.
I shook my head, yeah.
Oh, that didn't answer the question though. That's a head shake.
Yeah.
Yes, Nicole, that ain't a strong yes. I'm like, that's the smacking.
It was good. It was informative.
You all provided the information.
You also spoke too about your life experiences
Yeah.
too. So that was informative and encouraging. So
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. And believe me, this live couldn't be long enough. It would take y'all another 30 years to walk down the path of my life. It really would. But listen, I do appreciate y'all today from coming and hanging out with me. I've been excited all day. I'm glad that you all came. Nobody seemed to be sweating over like, he's getting on my nerves. I didn't run nobody off. Hopefully I respected all three of you all. I will respect all three of you all. I wish you all much love, much respect. Continue the hard work. Continue to fight to be the best. And just based off what Miss Mila said about moms, listen, y'all going to face those things too. But look past that. That's not your focus. And while y'all young, everything y'all redo, you make sure you send it in an email. Don't have no conversations and you don't put it in the email. Just to follow up on this.
Gotta have the receipts.
What you discuss with me. You put down all the details. My wife would tell you that. She's been working in corporate America for a very long time. She don't look for jobs. They look for her.
I like that.
So
Yeah.
make sure,
My goal in life is for them to look for me.
so just make sure that you understand what Mama was saying and you learn it as you go. Because when you are doing something great as African Americans, whether you male or female, not everybody wants to see you be successful, especially people that don't look like you. They're not going to say it. They're going to be, oh, it's Nicole, Alexis. And then they'll just be mindful. Everything you do, keep work life and personal life separate. You don't hang out with them. You don't go to the Christmas party. You know, if it's during the work day, everybody goes to the damn Christmas party doing your work. That's free hours on the company.
3 hours. I want to get paid at that
Yes.
Christmas party.
Go eat up all the snacks, get your take-home plate if you can for later. But as far as we going out to the bar and lounge, no. Don't eat. Oh, no. You can tell them you're going to show up and don't show up. Be like, well, something came up. Don't ever do it. Keep it separate. Because when they get you, they're going to try to feed you, they'll get your tips, and then they ask you all these questions where you got to give an answer, and they go, and they playing the game. See, they set you up. Don't trust none of it. Don't hang out with them. If it ain't y'all hanging out, well, they ain't no hanging out. Look, y'all can get on YouTube like this and hang out if y'all want to.
This is how we're going to hold all of our friends hang out now.
Yeah, y'all can do that. Listen, I really, really appreciate you all joining me today again. I'm not going to stop saying that. Hopefully, listen, down the road, y'all want to get together again. I have lots of questions. I have some activities that we could do, some insight on different things, whatever it is that we could talk about. You know, I feel nothing but proud that you all are here joining me today. Before we go, got a few more minutes. I want to show you all something that this is the going on within. I'm going to show you all the clock, the money clock that's ticking in America. Let me go to it right now. Can you all see this clock?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so if we look,
This is about Wall Street clock.
yeah, you see how much the national debt is racking up every second, every minute of the day here?
Do we owe the Decepticons or something?
Yeah. No,
Where is money going?
you see how, and you see what money's allocated. You see largest budget items. Social Security is getting a lot. Defense is getting a lot. All of this $900 trillion, that's going to fund the wars. Interest on debt, the interest that's paid. See, the Medicare always get the highest. So, but right now, you know, the war is getting most of it. Because that's why a lot of things are high. Interest rates are high because they're funding 2 wars right now. So, you know, just think about those things as you going through life, because this is part of what's ticking and clicking on your working clock. So look at this here. But at some of these numbers, see, this is the population as of today. This is how many people are in the workforce, how many people are unemployed, official, and then there's actual. So some people may be in between jobs or not officially. But you see the difference in the college tuition from 2000 to today?
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's like
And healthcare, and look at healthcare costs, how it's increased. All of these things, and these are prices for oil and things, but I want to bring y'all attention to this section here. I don't know if you all have any gold or silver, but if you all can ever get to a place, especially being young, and you talking about saving and starting something that you can put away for yourself, look at the price of silver per ounce in 1913. Look at it today, 170 per ounce. Look at it in 5 years. It's going to increase a few 100%, right? So just think about that.
Well, baby was born. Sorry, looking at the U.S. population.
Yeah. See, it grows almost every minute. And here's the gold. Now, gold is a little unique. So if you had enough to get 2 ounces of gold in 5 years, it'd be worth $12,598. So I just wanted to let y'all see these clocks because this is real, and you can get it from usdebtclock.org. This is free information, but just to give y'all a little running clock on what's going on in America. So where'd you see the babies? The population?
It was the U.S. population. Yeah, it was that.
Over ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is in real time. Every time I bring it up, the numbers are circulating pretty high. And this is, see, some of this stuff, it make it seem like it's good, but do any of you all have $616,000 worth of assets?
No, I do not.
See what I'm saying? So they make it, when you see it vague like that, you really focus on, you can focus on the national numbers, but you also have to focus on the numbers of being African American, and you'll see the large discrepancy. But you all can sort of change this gap for yourselves. So as you grow into the future, these are numbers that you could actually strive for just by saving and investing a little bit in stuff like that. Get you a couple of bonds, a couple of insurance policy, like life insurance policies, pay about $15 a month, 20 years, you have $20,000, $25,000, especially while you're young. So just something to think about. Again, hold on. I'm trying to get out of here. All right. Can you see me? All right. So, ladies, do you all have any questions? I want y'all to stay in the background. Don't get off just yet. Stay here. I'm going to end the stream. Do not go anywhere. We're going to close out in the back. Again, I want to thank you, ladies, for joining me. Everybody in the chat. Let's see who we got in the chat. Some people did join us. Miss Brina, thank you for joining. Miss Hassan, Tayer Show, salute, brother. Miss Genesis One, listen, I thank all of you all for joining. Dr. Frizzle Frost, what's up, my man? Appreciate you, man, for stopping by, man. Who else? Elevated Mind Healer, appreciate you, sister. Thank you. I appreciate you. Wife School Podcast, salute, ma'am. Appreciate you. I thank you all for stopping by and joining me. Ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like, share, subscribe button to Trey Fergie, the Player Coach. Like, share, subscribe to Trey Fergie, the Player Coach. I want to again thank my 3 guests today, Miss Nicole, Miss Alexis, Miss Mila. Again, I want to thank you all. Ladies, hang on. Do not go nowhere. And I'm going to take you down. Miss Nicole, Miss Alexis, Miss Mila. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, please join me, Trey Ferg, at the Player Coach. And thank you for joining me today. I want to appreciate everybody. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and we are out.